If you're anything like me, you're excited that it's the Christmas season. You enjoy the sights, the sounds, the smells, the activities, the music, the wonder, and more. It's the one time a year that time feels different. It feels more packed. It feels more significant. But also, if you're anything like me, every single year you get swept up in the season and lose yourself a bit. You get distracted by all of this stuff and lose touch with the meaning the season holds for the Christian life. You know there's more to the season than the gift getting, the play practice, the sugar cookies, the house lights, that there are deeper rhythms of grace and encouragement for your faith to enjoy. But you don't. And so every year you think, next year I want to do it differently. Well, here are 3 reasons why this year you should consider observing Advent with the help of a daily devotional. After I share these, I want to tell you about a few different options you can get to use for the daily devotional. The first reason is that a good daily devotional will focus your mind. In terms of habits, this is so very valuable. Doing this day by day will slow you down for a few key moments, and this alone is worth the practice. This gives you a daily rhythm to check in and refocus and reorient your mind and heart. In terms of content, with all of the other narratives swirling around you, a devotional can focus your mind on the story. It can offer you previously unseen insights into the Advent season. I'm not kidding when I say that I have learned more in focused seasons like this, when I have every day drawing together and moving towards an apex through focused reading, than I have in just about any other season. But the second reason you should consider using a devotional this year is that it will stir your affections. See, Advent celebrates one of the most important realities in the world, the incarnation of Jesus. And as you hone in on this story, you live into the yearning that Advent represents. Advent is a season of waiting. It's a time in which we long for the coming of God to set things to rights. Man, can't you feel this? There's so much news in the headlines that just shows how messed up the world is right now. And to a degree, that's always the case. But in Advent, we have a special season where we rehearse the coming arrival, and it stirs our affections and longing for the Messiah who comes to put things to right. The third reason is that it orients your heart. As the culture goes absolutely nuts around you, you have a daily anchor to a bigger story of what God has done and is doing in the world. And this places all of the activities of the season into context, and it helps us to choose wisely. It also synchronizes and contextualizes the meaning of what we're doing in our family within the bigger story of what we're celebrating and doing in the Christian life. So now that I've given you just a few reasons why you should consider using a devotional this year, let me tell you just about a few resources. And none of these are affiliate links or anything. I don't get any kickback. This is just purely recommendation of a few great resources you should check out. The first one is called The Dawn of Redeeming Grace by Sinclair Ferguson. And this book came out in 2021, so it's relatively recent, and it's structured through 24 chapters that take you through the first 2 chapters of Matthew. So you can begin this book on December 1 and walk with it all the way up to Christmas Day. Each devotional is about 4 or 5 pages long, so it's quite brief, but it's really full of rich reflections that come from the hand of a seasoned theologian and pastor. This is a really rich resource, and the one that I'm going to be using this year. Okay, another option is Come Let Us Adore Him by Paul Tripp. Now this one has 31 chapters and beginning December 1, so it can take you all the way throughout December. It's also quite brief with just 3.5 pages per devotion, but here are 3 unique elements of this book that I'd point out. The first is that it's written by a counselor, so it offers a number of really unique insights into the ways the Advent season meets and heals the wounds of struggling humans like you and me. Second, it offers a passage for further study after you've read through devotional so you can dig in further. But third, each chapter offers a central theme and a key talking point to talk about with your kids. So this volume offers an avenue for family discussion in the Advent season. So that's a really rich thing that this volume offers. Again, that's Come Let Us Adore Him by Paul Tripp. And the third one is, I'm going to hold it like this. It's called O Come, Emmanuel by Jonathan Gibson. And this one's hot off the presses. It just came out a month or so ago in 2023. And this is different from the other two in that, like his really popular Be Thou My Vision, this is actually a daily liturgy that runs through the Advent season up until Epiphany. So it begins November 28th and runs through January 6th. And this thing is robust. And I mean robust. Every single day it guides the reader through a meditation reading, offers a call of worship, a song or prayer of adoration, a reading of the law, confession of sin, assurance of pardon, a creed, a song or a poem of praise, a question from the catechism, prayer for illumination, a scripture reading, another song or poem of praise, prayer of intercession, the Lord's Prayer, a benediction, and a closing postlude. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This book packs all of that into a daily liturgy to take you all the way through Advent and the Christmas season. So that's a third resource you should consider checking out. Any one of them, there is time to order and get to begin by Advent. Again, I'm not plugging any of these because I get anything out of it. These are just 3 great resources that I want to make you aware of because I want to encourage you to really do something this Advent season that's going to draw your heart into the meaning of the season. But as I say that, I do want to say I want to tell you about one more resource, which is probably my favorite of all of them. But because it's a bit different, I'm going to do it in a separate video, which I will have linked right here. If it's not there yet, it's coming in just a day or two. But I want to tell you about my favorite resource that will take you not just through Advent, but the entire Christian calendar.